Swift. So the question is, why is Taylor Swift such a bigger deal now, and attracts headlines about everywhere she goes and does? I mean, she's been a star for a long time, but in the last year, it seems like she blew up 100 times more.
She's on tour.
So why is that? Why is everything she does like a bigger?
She stepped out of the spotlight for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like she wasn't trying to be like in things.
Mm-hmm.
And she's out of tour. So yeah.
So are you guys annoyed by all of her headlines, especially like with the Travis Kelce, with her being, whether or not her being at football games and
Do you
stuff?
think the NFL's paying her to date Travis Kelce?
No.
No.
No, she's got more money than
She doesn't have NFL league money.
Right.
Well, yeah, but she doesn't have NFL league money, like NFL owners and stuff.
Yeah.
She's worth a lot.
She's
though.
got Taylor Swift money. It might not be league owner money, but there's 30 of them.
But she's still worth quite a bit, because she doesn't need to do that.
NFL likes to make money.
Yeah, I mean,
draw attention.
Like just with her presence alone, I think she made Travis Kelce's jersey the top selling jersey, like in one day. I think it was like 800,000 or something like that, in jerseys that were sold and stuff. I don't know. She's a moneymaker.
If anybody is seriously upset about seeing the headlines, really just needs to like evaluate what they're doing.
Do you consider that like a Kardashian? Or
Kardashian was annoying, but I feel like this is higher than that somehow, because it's like everybody is like, because there's a lot of people did not like Kim Kardashian, and a lot of people are just like, oh, she only got famous because we don't want to say, but
famous for being famous.
But we're like, Taylor Swift is like actually talented and like is doing like crazy like success with her tour, and is just released a movie of the tour, and is making. I mean, it seems like everything she's doing is just like the right move. Like she can, if she wanted to make her birthday a federal holiday, she probably could.
Maybe.
Probably could.
For a holiday.
Yeah, I mean, she's got that. I mean, she's got that big, big enough star power. Seems like she can do anything nowadays.
Have you seen those videos floating around? It's like it's wives and husbands, and the wives are like, "Yeah, that Travis Kelce's on the map now. Like she did a lot for his career because now people have heard of him." And husbands are like, "No, he's been really good."
He's won like 2 Super Bowl rings. He's like he's always been like, he's one of the best tight ends in the game, if not the best. I mean, that's. Anyways, off topic, but still, yeah, he was already a huge star before, but now everybody knows who he is because of who he's dating. So I don't know, but you hear a lot of people are saying like, when she appears at the football games during the broadcast, you can really tell that like they kind of shift the focus to her a little bit. I mean, they counted one time that the camera panned over to her like 16 times.
Isn't that the camera operators or the broadcasting? Isn't that their fault, though?
I think they probably get like earpiece or something, or try to get it, or like one person just like under the whole time.
Oh, there's
forth.
definitely an executive that's definitely saying like we need to put more attention on, because I think they know why ratings are so high, and I think they know why people are watching. They want to give the people what they want, which makes a lot of sense. But I can see how that would aggravate football fans. It was like, hey, no, this is about football. This is not about.
I think it's to appease the new demographic, because I think Josh, you probably watch the most football. I think out of.
And even I only watch it for fantasy, just
really?
red zone.
But like I think like people that really enjoy watching football, you still get to watch football.
Yeah.
But there's people that don't watch at all football, like, oh, Taylor Swift's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it adds to the excitement and makes it more interesting. I mean, the more people are talking about football and stuff like that because of Taylor Swift. But
are they talking about football? Or are they talking about her being?
They're talking about Travis Kelce, and I think maybe she's definitely. I mean, there's got to be more football fans now than there were before. They got to be like, hey, I kind of like this game. Maybe
Giving it a shot.
Or maybe there's more Chiefs fans than there were before. For sure. I know I saw, was it Mark Cuban was like, he said that he wanted Taylor Swift to date a Dallas Mavericks player?
Probably, yeah.
because, she brings money, man. She brings the sales. So, I don't know. I just think it's interesting, though, how she just got really big, like, all of a sudden. And maybe it's not all of a sudden. Maybe I'm just kind of slow to it.
I don't think she's big all of a sudden. I think it's been a it's been a crescendo.
Mhm.
It's kind of a moment in time right now. She's been big for a long time, but I think now is the biggest she's been,
Yeah.
and it's been a
'Cause-
like a fairly consistent
I think the
burn
tour,
for a while on the tour,
for
right?
sure, it's
Yeah.
huge, and she hasn't toured in forever.
Right.
So that's a big deal. It's always a
Yeah.
big deal when these big stars don't tour, and then they do, and then it's a worldwide tour.
Yeah.
Like she went everywhere, not just a little bitty part of Europe or even the States. It was everywhere.
Yeah.
Like she was in Asia, she was in South America. She did 2 here.
Yeah.
It was huge. So
What kind of quality of life do you think she has?
very
Spent her
public.
life on jets.
But
Yeah.
like, what,
Yeah, like Josh said.
yeah,
That's why she went to the Chiefs Jets game, because if you want to search up Taylor Swift like jet emissions and stuff,
Mhm.
she's like has like the highest because she flies the most. So people are like, yeah, she only showed up to that Chiefs Jets game. So it would, when you type in Taylor Swift jet, it pulls up headlines from that game.
can you like still do stuff you want to do? I feel like there's upsides to that sort of fame,
It's very
but it's not like she's like, let's go to a restaurant. Like it's not
Yeah.
a normal life. And yes, you could have chefs and all the
Mhm.
private space for that caliber of stuff, but I think it would detract out of like a lot of the things I think I enjoy would be
Mhm.
taken away
Yeah, your privacy.
if you're that in public of an eye.
There's a lot to be said about your privacy and such. And
Mhm.
there's something that always stands out. It's like when we were in Nashville, we talked to our Uber driver, just about like celebrities that live there.
Mhm.
And she had an apartment at one time there. I don't know if she still does. But they said, like Jason Aldean shows up, people don't know who he is because he's an average white dude.
Mm-hmm.
But you see people like Nicole Kidman or Taylor Swift, they stand out. They're 6 foot tall, beautiful women. They stand out. So I think she very much just lives in public. And like Josh said, on jets.
Yeah.
And like private encampments.
It's there's no way that there's anything normal about her life.
No.
And I don't think she's complaining either, but
I
yeah.
think you get used to it.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not a kid anymore.
And it wasn't like an overnight thing.
No.
I've heard that too, like people that like go from unknown to like the Twilight people talked about that, like pretty much unknown
Mhm.
to like parking lots of screaming people like in a day.
Yeah,
And it's a lot to adjust to. But she's been on the grind for like 20 years.
Yeah.
right.
So you started like people like when we saw Ed Sheeran, he talks about like when you first start, you go to like bars and everyone's facing the opposite direction and you're just like hoping they hear something that you do.
Yeah.
And then you do that for years and years and years, and suddenly people are showing up to actually see you. And so like it's a really like you don't start in playing stadiums.
Yeah.
That's not how people start.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I don't know. As far as like star power goes, would you say there's anyone that is equal to her as far as star power? Ed Sheeran maybe, or The Rock, or is there
When you
anyone
say star power, like
as
Don't
far
mean
as this like
quantify.
top of the celebrity like
most
the-
recognizable,
yes, like just the most like
least ability,
famous. Yeah.
least ability to fly under the radar.
Yes. I mean, she's definitely. I mean, because like Travis Kelce, if you didn't watch football and you saw him in plain clothes walking next to you on the street, you probably would not
I
recognize
would
him.
recommend.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't
But you're gonna
recognize him.
stand out though.
Yeah.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he is a big dude and stuff, but you can't even ask that about Taylor. You would know too.
You would know.
You would know her right.
I think everybody has their time and a place. Like you can sit here and say, like Cher or Celine Dion
Yeah.
or Madonna. Changed her face, but
And became British.
it became British overnight. Yeah. I mean, you would know.
Yeah.
Beyonce walked through the door, you would know who she is.
Yeah. Beyonce is a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's one of those. I think a lot about recognizability, and if you if you showed a picture of like 10 random people driving down the street and said which one of these is Travis Kelce, I don't think that many would know. I bet some would know,
Yeah.
but I bet they all know which one Taylor Swift is.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, there's very few people that I think that actually have that. It's a short list of people. I'm sure. I know it's more than Taylor Swift for sure. There's the presidents and The Rock and stuff like that. But like, she is definitely on a short list.
Have you ever seen? It was Henry Cavill was talking about Superman. This interview thing resurfaces once about recognizability. I thought about it how when he was cast as Superman and was doing all that, him and some friend had a discussion like, do people really like do glasses do enough to disguise somebody? Like really? And so he did a test where he went to Times Square and wore like a Superman shirt and like the glasses and stood in front of like the big like wall of advertisement. And one person's like, "Excuse me," like move out of the way. Like nobody recognized him at all.
Oh wow.
Makes you wonder how easy it is to actually recognize people.
I think people also are just like very much in their own like space.
And if you don't expect, like
Yeah.
you're looking for it versus is that so and so?
Yeah.
You always hear, wasn't it it's always women to say, I don't know why, but like, you look like so and so, but like you're not as pretty as her. And it's like the same person,
Oh.
like some celebrity, like you look like so and so, but you're not as pretty as her, and it's the same person.
Isn't that kind of how like Dolly Parton lost in a Dolly Parton lookalike contest or something like that?
Adele lost.
Was it?
No. Well, I think you're thinking of Adele entered an Adele like contest. An
Was
Adele.
Was it
What?
a drag show?
I don't think it was a drag show. It was some like be like Adele contest or something like that.
Yeah, and she
And
lost.
she's like people were just in line like.
That's
I
funny.
think it's probably easier for women to do that because you can change. Women can change the kind of their appearance a little bit easier. I think
Mhm.
the
Yeah.
hairstyle, the makeup. You can't really. Your hair is your hair.
Yeah, like when like on like a series of any show, like women tend to look younger every season.
Never thought of it that way.
You start getting access to like the celebrity hair and makeup world stuff.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
Makes sense.
Look at most shows, like the women look younger and prettier every season. Like you do it for 10 years, they look better in the 10th season than the first season.
I think it also things get dated.
The styles and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, maybe.
If you're on like a series for a long time, you can definitely tell like the first couple of ones because they just kind of get dated.
Yeah, maybe that's too young.
So that's probably part of it.
hmm
Okay. All right. So I guess I'm the only one that's shocked by Taylor Swift's sudden like super
I think you are the
I
only
think
one.
you are.
super stardom that's going on with her. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well,